Hi everybody out there, Tony Spera again from the Warren's Occult Museum here in Connecticut in Ed's office. The office that Ed used to do all his work from. I know a lot of times when you tune into YouTube, at least when I do, almost each time the person that's speaking to you is so happy and excited and it's like, hey, I got an exciting program for you tonight. Hey, we're gonna do this. You know, and the exciting program is like, planting a tomato or something. But everything's exciting. Well, guess what? I think this is an exciting episode. Even though I never said it before. This is an exciting episode. You want to know why? Because I'm going to tell each and every one of you something that you're going to like to hear. First, we're going to talk about Earthbound Spirits, ghosts, and we're going to talk about demonic entities too. But I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, every single person listening and watching, that you will never die. That's the beauty part. And that's the part I've learned over almost 40 years of investigating with Ed Warren, Lorraine Warren, and others, is that you're not going to die. Yes, you will take that last physical breath. That body of yours will wither away or just stop functioning. But you won't. You won't. Your consciousness will keep on going. You are two things. You are body, you are spirit. Always. Until the day you draw that last breath. When you draw that last breath, you will no longer be body and spirit. You'll just be spirit. And that spirit will never die. That spirit was created by God, and God doesn't destroy spirits. If God destroyed spirits, then there wouldn't be any devils and demons. He'd just get rid of them. That's not his MO. God created you energy as energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. Every living thing that died, every living person and animal that died will live on. Look at a tree. Look at a tree or a plant. When the seed drops, that seed can be reborn. It's dead, but then it's reborn. You're going to be alive again. You're going to see your loved ones. You're going to see your mom, your dad, your husband or your wife, your sister, your brother, your friend. You're going to see all those people. They're going to be waiting for you. Your close loved ones will be waiting for you when you take the last breath. It'll be a smooth, easy, peaceful transition. You will go from as you are now with a body to as you are without a body. You know how you dream at night and everything seems real, like especially in a vivid dream, and you're communicating with people and you're talking to people, you're going places, but your body's really not going anywhere, is it? Your body's in your bed, but it just seems like you're going everywhere. Well, try to think of that in the spirit realm. You and me are going to meet up again in the afterlife. Now, an earthbound entity, though, one that remains earthbound and doesn't go anywhere, that's a ghost. If it's spotted by someone. Now, why would it remain earthbound and not go towards something beautiful like heaven? Well, a lot of people are confused when they pass away and they go into the other realm. They are thinking they're not worthy of that light that they are offered. At one point or another, most people are offered that light. Good people. Real good people. You know, it doesn't take a lot to be good, but it doesn't take a lot to be bad either. Selfishness, greed, cruelty, hatred, jealousy, all those things are no good. You know, just look up the 10 Commandments. They're there for a reason. But I'd say most of you people watching me right now are great people, good and kind, and those are the kind of people that are going to see God and their loved ones. It's the people who have no regard for human life, the people who are cruel to others and to animals. Those are the ones that are going to have to pay a price. Now, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say you're going, you're not going. But a lot of people who are earthbound after their physical body dies don't know enough to go towards that light. Even if they're offered the light, they might be very afraid of that light, saying maybe that's a trick. That can't be where I'm going because I was kind of a bad person in life. Well, they weren't bad enough because they were showing the light. You must believe that you have a creator, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't believe you have a creator, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is when you take that last breath, if you're going to be shown anything or not. You might be offered, I don't know. But one thing I do know is that everything you do in life somehow is recorded. Just like I'm being recorded now, God has a big journal for all of us. God knows your thoughts. God knows your heart. And people say, "Jesus, I'm not worthy to go towards heaven." But God knows your heart. You know, you may not be a Bible thumper. You may not go to church every single day or every single week. You may not pray daily. But if you have a good heart and a good belief in the afterlife and of God and the Creator, I think you got a good shot. But those ghosts that you see that hang around places, they don't know that. They think that they're not worthy of the light, worthy of God or paradise. Or they're thinking, I don't want to go to hell. I'm going to go to hell because I wasn't so nice of a person. I'm staying right here near my worldly belongings. And that's what they do. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is an earthbound entity. One that may have been confused. Also one that might have been tragically murdered and wants to live on to tell what happened to them. If you remember the movie The Ghost with Patrick Swayze, when he passed on, he was trying to tell Molly what happened to him. He was murdered. He wants Molly to know what happened. So that is also a consideration. Now, what are demonic spirits? Are they anything that's ever walked the face of the earth in human form? No, they're not. A demonic entity is not a human entity. It's a devil. It's a demon. It has never walked the earth in human form. And it's got a goal, and that one goal is to destroy humans, is to prevent us from going to be with God. Because they can't be. They made a choice many, many moons ago not to be with God, to break away. And God will let you do that. And he let them do that. And they were kind of persistent. They didn't want to know. The angels washed their hands. So God washed his hands and said, hey, you don't want to be in heaven? You're out. And you're not coming back in. It's almost like the opposite of a mob, you know. You're out. No, you're not. In a mob, you're in, and you're always in. But in heaven, when he kicks you out, he kicks you out. He meaning God. So, a demonic entity is an angel that has fallen from God's grace. And there's lots of them. There's not 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. There's legion, which means we are many. Legion means there's a lot. And they're here to cause havoc on humankind. And do they? Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Because they're looking for people who are weak, weak-willed, weak-minded, who have a propensity towards certain things. In other words, what I mean by that is, if you have a propensity towards alcohol, the devil will tempt you even farther to like alcohol even more. You have a propensity towards drugs. The devil would like you to do nothing more than to consume mega drugs. If you have a propensity towards violence, he works on you that way. He works on you on your weakest level. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, faith in God and asking for God's guidance is the key. I don't know if anybody, well, I know you have. A lot of you folks watch Steve Harvey. Listen to Steve Harvey sometime, his motivational speeches. That man is right on. When he talks about God got him through and God did this and God did that, he's not just talking, he's telling the truth. God will get you places, ladies and gentlemen. Your faith in the Lord will get you places. Yeah, you may have a good job now. You may have money in the bank. Or you may not have a good job, no money in the bank. It doesn't matter. God knows what you need, and God will get you there with you asking him and you praying to him and you being a good person. You can't ask God for a lot of things and be a miserable SOB. A thief, someone who likes to beat people up, murder, steal, rape, and then ask God for favors or ask God for help in any other way besides helping you not be those things. If you ask him not to be those things, he'll guide you. But a demonic entity will guide you in the other way. They'll guide you down the garden path of destruction. And you don't want that. You don't want that, ladies and gentlemen, because if you go down that garden path of destruction, you're never going to see your loved ones again. You're never going to see anybody again. Oh, well, you may see some other people that are down there. That's another subject altogether. Is there a down there? And I'll talk about that at another time. Is there a hell with fire and brimstone? I'll let you know my thoughts on that. But what I like to say is we're here to learn the lessons of life, ladies and gentlemen, the lessons of life. What are those lessons of life? Is it learning a new song? Is it learning how to write a poem? Is it learning how to cook a nice recipe? Is that the lessons of life? No, not really. It's part of life. It's not the lessons of life. The lessons of life, ladies and gentlemen, are things such as kindness, generosity, wisdom, forgiveness, compassion, love. You know, out of all the things I just mentioned, love is probably the most important and the hardest to attain and achieve the way God wants you to. Because to love everyone equally is very difficult. To love your enemy, very, very difficult. If someone, is walking down the street and punches your mother in the face, smashes her to the ground, kicks her in the head and steals her pocketbook, are you going to love that person? I don't think so. But God wants you to. God wants you to. That's why we strive to be the best we can. But we're never going to get to perfection. We're never going to get to perfection, but that's your goal. Your goal is to get to perfection, to be the best person you could be in life, to be that generous person, to be the person that walks down the street and sees a homeless person that also was created by God, remember, and help that person out if they need help. Hand them $1 or $2. People say, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. Well, I do. You know why? Who am I to judge what he's going to do with that $1 or $5 that I give him? Maybe he'll go buy a drink. So, who am I to deny him a drink? Maybe he'll buy food for the day. You see, everybody can be in that position, and God knew it and knows it. God wants to see your reaction to walking by that homeless person, how you're going to treat them. And the devil's also watching too. The devil's watching your reaction. Because you walk by the homeless person, in my view, now I'm telling you my view only, you walk by the homeless person and snarky remark, or you just walk by and you don't even care, not even one thought about his life or how he is hurting. The devil loves that. Because now you're doing the devil's bidding. But you stop and you help that homeless person, now you're doing God's bidding. Every act of kindness that you do, ladies and gentlemen, is a step closer to God. Every act of cruelty, hatred, jealousy, envy, selfishness is a step closer to the devil, to the demonic. Because now you're showing your true colors, and demonic attacks on the weakest level, remember, that you are. So, what do? You start changing yourselves right now. You don't want to be attacked by the devil? You don't want to be influenced by the devil? Don't do devilish things, and I mean it. Don't do cruel things. Don't do unkind things. Don't do selfish things. And don't be a cheapskate either. And don't hate people. Why do you have to hate anybody, really? You are no better than anybody else, and neither am I. And I mean no better. I don't care what color you are. I don't care how tall you are, or fat you are, or skinny you are. I don't care what sex you are, what sexual proclivities you have. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. You know why? Because God created us, and God gave us certain values, and innate values. And my belief is that you were born to be maybe homosexual, who knows, lesbian. You were born to be a little fat. You were born to be a little skinny. You don't judge people by that, and you don't know their life, do you? You don't know why that person might be fat. He's trying to stay away from drugs and alcohol, but he had to eat something, and he likes food, And his willpower is not as strong as yours. But doesn't mean he's not trying. So I don't judge anybody by their color, by their race, by their proclivities, by anything. But I do judge people by their actions. And that's what you should do. Judge everybody by their actions. And you'll know. You'll know someone who's down that devilish path or someone's on the righteous path. I created this channel, the Ed and Lorraine Warren channel, because I think they're the most fantastic people that I ever met. And also their daughter, Judy, who I married. She's a much better person than I am. She really is. Ed was the nicest guy in the world, but don't cross him. He had a personality. He was a World War II veteran, remember. He fought in the U.S. Navy Armed Guard. And he told me a story one time that he was on a ship. He said, Tone, I was 17 years old. He said, I'm on this ship, and I'm on the gangplank, and there's a storm. And the storm is so bad that I'm hugging the gangplank. I couldn't get across. And there's snow, there's ice, there's wind. He goes, and the mast of the ship was going all the way over and touching the waves. And then all the way over the other way and touching the waves. And he said, I said to myself, God, what am I doing here? Why am I here? What, am I crazy? Well, Ed wasn't crazy. Ed wanted to do his job, his duty to save America. He also told me another story that the tanker that collided with his ship, the Spring Hill, on February 5th, 1945, went and exploded when the tanker collided. Both ships are on fire, the North Atlantic. Ed, in life, though, in the civilian life, was a lifeguard for a while, too. He swam very well. But everybody on the ship had to jump ship, everybody. And some didn't have life preservers, some did. Ed saw a friend of his named Salazar go under once, twice. He knew he was in trouble. He swam over to Salazar. Flames are all over the place. I mean, flames, just a wall of flames Ed described. And he gets to Salazar and puts him in the lifeguard hold and starts to swim with Salazar. Then he thinks to himself, Ed was about 19 at the time, thinks to himself, where am I going? Where am I going? There's flames all over the place. And he's looking, he's seeing sharks grabbing guys. He's seeing guys go under for the last time, flames licking all over the place. He prayed to the Virgin Mary, the Blessed Mother. He said, please, please, I don't want to die. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, to himself. But he was losing hope, but he kept saying it. Suddenly, he said it was like a miracle. The flames just parted, just like this. And out of the flames came a rescue raft with 2 sailors on it coming through the flames towards Ed. Now Ed's like, thank God, blessing himself, thank God. He hands off Salazar to one of the sailors. And Ed said he'll never forget it. He hands off Salazar, they grab Salazar, pull him aboard. The other sailor standing behind screams out, let's go, leave him in the water. We got to get out of here. The tanker's going to blow again. Ed says to himself, that's it. I'm going to die right here in the water. That's it for me. The other sailor says, no way. There's no way I'm leaving a sailor alone in a sea like that. I'm taking him. And he leans forward and grabs Ed's arm, pulls Ed to safety, saving Ed. The way Ed told that story, ladies and gentlemen, was chilling. And Ed almost started crying when he told me the story, how this incident, he came that close. And if it weren't for one guy saying, I'm not going to leave him, Ed wouldn't have made it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here for a reason. Ed was here for a reason. Lorraine was here for a reason. I believe they were here to fight the devil. Ed would have said it to you right now. He was here to help people who needed help, to fight evil, to fight the devil, to make this world a little better, one person, one family at a time. And our group, the New England Society for Psychic Research, is here for the same reason, to help people who need it. Spiritual help. Now, I'm not the most religious guy in the world, trust me, neither was Ed. But I believe in the Lord. I believe I got a Bible here somewhere. I believe in the Bible, every word of it. The Bible is God's word. The Bible is true. God is real, but so is the devil. The devil's real. And the devil's looking to grab your soul, ladies and gentlemen, to grab your soul so you'll never get it back and you'll never be with God or your family. You don't want that. You don't want it. How do you defeat the devil? God, through prayer, through total faith that the Lord will protect you. If you ever feel a demonic influence or something evil around you, and you'll know it. If there's evil around you, you'll feel it. You pray to God for protection. You envision yourself, close your eyes and envision yourself in a glowing white light all around your body. The brightest, whitest, most pure light you can imagine. We call that a Christ light or God's light of protection. It protects your aura from attack. Everything that's alive that God created has an aura. Dogs, plants, cats, you, me, flowers, they all have an aura. If they're alive, they have an aura. And the devil on a person wants to get through that aura, through that perhaps chink in the aura. How'd that chink get there? We're all born with a perfect aura, so how can the devil get me? Well, I could have a chink in my aura and I'd never know it because of something maybe I did in life. Maybe I was an alcoholic, deep depression. Maybe I had some mental dysfunction. Maybe I wasn't very godlike. Something that put a chink there, and that's where the devil wants to attack and go to. But if you use the white light of protection and pray to God for his guidance and help and protection from the devil, you'll get it. Do an act of kindness every day. Every day you do an act of kindness, ladies and gentlemen, is a step closer to God. Every day you do an act of selfishness or cruelty, it's a step closer to the devil. So which one you want to be at? You want to go towards God. Well, you know, I've spoken long enough, I think, about 22 minutes. And I sure hope that you like the channel. I did this for Ed, Lorraine, of course for me, because I like to impart knowledge too that Ed taught me. So if you just keep tuning in, I'll try to keep coming up with new and knowledgeable and educational kind of material for you. Now, there are some answers I don't have. I don't have a lot of answers. That's, Ed used to say, that's the mystery of the universe. You know, why does a small child die of cancer when a cruel person, we'll say like Charles Manson, lives to be 83? Who knows? That's not for me to answer because I'm not God. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign off. Go out and enjoy the beautiful sunshine in the backyard. And when you go out today, May 17th, 2020, which is my anniversary, 34 years married today, I want you to wear your mask when you go out in public. I want you to stay 6 feet apart because I want you to live. I don't want you to get that virus. I don't want you to have an obituary that says died from the coronavirus. You don't need that, neither do I. You want to stay alive as long as you can, at least your physical life. But you'll have another one. Remember, you'll have another one, and it'll be a darn good one. But it's all up to you. Until then, Tony Spera. See you later.